Hi guys, it's Any, aka the Nut Trader, your friendly neighborhood swing trader, back again with another video. And in this video, I'm going to be talking to you about the 10 trading related websites that I use to pick my stocks and just read up about any information around the stock market. Let's get straight into the video. By now you should know what I'm going to ask you to do next. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that alert button to get alerts on all my latest videos. I've got Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at the Nut Trader on all social media platforms. And if you check the description section, sorry I can't speak, below, you'll see a link to my mailing list. If you join my mailing list, you get priority and free access to my training course that I'm creating for new traders and beginner traders on how to trade. And you also get an email every week on the new videos that I have, and also an email outlining all the trades that I make, the entries, the exits, my stop losses, and why I pick those trades. So let's get straight into the video. So number one, they're in no particular order by the way, but number one is Finviz. Now Finviz is the stock screener for investors and traders. And they're called Finviz because it stands for Financial Visualization. Now this is a great site. I'm sure that a lot of YouTubers and other people have mentioned it before, and you've probably heard about it before, but if you haven't, this is a great site. I use it for its screener. So if you go to the screener tab, you can get all these different tabs. They split up fundamental and technical. So if you click on fundamental or technical, you have all of these different criteria that you can segment stocks, US stocks predominantly. They don't do UK stocks, unfortunately. I think we need the UK version of Finviz for any of you developers out there that want to make a website. That would be a great website to make, a UK version of Finviz. But it's predominantly US stocks. And if you click all, it will have all the different criteria that you can filter by. So if you can filter by sector, you can filter by industry, you can filter by any fundamental stuff like PE ratio, you can filter by technical stuff like patterns. And once you filter it out, you can look at ownership, performance, all types of information. I normally just look at the charts once I filter it down to what I want, and then I'll look at the charts, and if I see something I like, then I'll add it to my watch list, and I'll research it a little bit further. So yeah, Finviz. Number two, Investopedia. Now actually, if you've heard of this, you'll know because I've mentioned this in a previous video on how to get started trading. And I mentioned this website because it's a great website for getting glossary information on what different terms mean. And that's what I use this website predominantly for. If there's something that I don't really understand about anything within the stock markets, I will go and search for that Investopedia, because their glossary is probably the number one in the world for stock related information. Or dictionary per se. So if you go in the dictionary, pretty much any term that's related to the stock market that you don't know about, they'll have a great definition of it. Like the term of the day is ETF. Yeah, so for any new traders that don't really know any information about the stock markets, I want to learn great textbook definitions of terms regarding the stock market, I'd say go to Investopedia. Number three for me is investing.com. Now I use this website because I love the fact that it has technical analysis, and what it does is that it gives a buy or sell rating based off of all of the major technical analysis indicators. Why I like this is because when you do technical analysis on the chart, there's only so many indicators that you can put before the chart looks messy, but sometimes I want to see what other indicators say about a stock. And I'll go to this website just to see whether it will give it a buy or sell rating based off of different technical analysis indicators. And that will just give me a little bit more insight into what each indicator says about a stock at different time intervals. So for example, if you go into the S&P 500, on the 1 minute chart, it's got buy, got sell on the MACD. On the 1 hour chart, it's got a bit buys, couple of sells, moving average, neutral. So it's good to just see what the different technical analysis indicators say and moving averages say about a stock at different time frames. It's a great tool to use. Number four is STOCKTWITS. Now STOCKTWITS is as you can tell by the name, it's supposed to be a Twitter but for the stock market. So kind of similar user interface to Twitter, a little bit clunkier with the user interface. I don't really like it. It's too advertisement heavy, I think, in my personal opinion. But it's kind of basically like Twitter, but for stocks. The only problem I have with this website is that there's a lot of shilling. So there's a lot of people just pumping stocks that they have a vested interest in, maybe penny stocks. So you have to be wary of that. I actually use it because of that. I'll go there and find out what the pump and dumpers are promoting so that I can stay away from that stock. So I actually use it inversely to probably how it was intended for. So yeah, I'll go on it and see if someone's pumping a specific stock and it looks like it's a penny stock. I will make sure to stay clear of it. You can use it for lots of different reasons. There's actually some good rooms, but for the most part, there is a lot of junk on this site. But once you can sift through the crap, you can find some good gems and some nuggets from some of the contributors on this website. Number 5, Tradingview. Free stock charts, stock quotes, and trading ideas. Nice and concise, their tagline, and it pretty much explains what this website is about. Tradingview is probably the best free tool for charting out there. You can do all your charting on the website. There's a lot of free. They have a free version and they also have like a paid version. But the free version is so good that you can pretty much do all you need to do with it. So you can plot charts. You can set indicators. It has all of the functionalities of a tool like Pro Real Time or IG's proprietary platform. Maybe not all of them, but it has quite a lot for the fact that it's free, and you can do all the charting and plotting as you want. Another good thing about it is that you can look at the ideas of other traders or investors. You can look at technical, how other people do technical analysis and see how they come to the conclusions that they make. It's great for just getting peering into the mind of some professional technical analysts and see how they plot their charts and their thought process behind the trades they make. And I often go in here just to see if a trade that I've made, what other people have what lines they plotted on the same graphs and how they differ to mine and what I can learn from them. So it's a great tool for that. Like for example, this guy, Igor, he's obviously got a high reputation. You can look at some of his charts and then look at the breakdown of his charts and see where yours differ to them. I personally say that with something like this, it's better to do your own analysis, then look at these for reference and see if there's anything different or anything you can learn rather than the other way around, because you'd rather learn your own way before looking at someone else's to influence the way you plot technical analysis charts. But yeah. Earning Whispers, number 6. Earning Whispers is a self-proclaimed most reliable source of earning expectations for upcoming earning reports. So this website kind of does what it says on the tin. It gives you all the information you need on upcoming earning reports. It even gives a breakdown of the calendar, expectations, whether companies are going to hit, miss, or match their expected revenue targets, and it just gives breakdowns on everything related to earning reports. They've just decided to focus in on earning reports and make that their bread and butter, and they've done really well. They actually release a calendar every week of logos of all of the major stocks that are going to have earning reports coming in that week. So it's great to just keep abreast of what earning reports are coming up. For me personally, I use it just so that I know which stocks not to trade, because as I've told you guys before, I do not trade earnings. Check my Crocs video if you want to find out why. Yeah, as you can see, this week you've got Nvidia, Cisco. I'll probably date this video by actually saying this, but yeah, if you look at the top bar, it will let you know all of the earnings coming up from some of the major companies. And if you actually follow their Twitter, they give a nice little infographic of upcoming earnings for that week. The Financial Times. Now, some of you are going to go to me, what? The Financial Times? Why did you pick that? You have to pay for that. Yeah, you have to pay for it. It is gated. You get a little bit of content for free, but then they ask you to pay if you haven't got a subscription. I've got a subscription, and it's not that expensive. And to be honest, I just love the content that they produce, and with the way that the newspaper industry is going right now, if you don't pay for your content, it's just going to get more and more clickbaity and terrible, like Daily Mail and stuff like that. So I actually want to contribute to the ecosystem by subscribing to Financial Times, and they give quality articles, even better than some of the other ones that are unpaid. and it's not that expensive. I pay about £5.36 a month, which is, it's not going to break the bank. A lot of people pay ridiculous amounts for other stuff, and I think this is a very useful tool. And I also like the way that they break down stocks. A lot of the analysis that I do, the fundamental analysis I do, I get from this site just because of the way that they display breakdowns of earnings and ratios and PE ratios, etc. Just like the way they present it, it's much nicer than websites like Yahoo Finance, for example. So yeah, Financial Times, I think it's great, and even though the subscription fee, it's not that much, and I'd say it's a good one to get. So I'm a walking contradiction. I've just told you to sign up to Financial Times, and it's not too expensive, but I don't pay for Bloomberg TV. You get 30 minutes free of Bloomberg TV a day, and I take full advantage of that, especially if I'm not at home, where I can actually watch what's going on Bloomberg. So yeah, 30 minutes free of Bloomberg TV. You can get to see what's going on, see what's going on in the markets, hear some of these gurus talk about what stocks that they would buy, even though they never say anything that's of any substance, in my opinion. But it's just always good to stay abreast of what's going on. And I think having 30 minutes free of Bloomberg TV a day, you can get some of the information you need without getting bogged down in 24/7 news, where they just repeat the same stuff over and over again. So take advantage of the 33 minutes a day on Bloomberg TV. I do. Number 9, World TV 24, or World Time Zone. I don't even know what it's called properly, to be honest. I'll call it World Time Zone. This is just a page that lets you know which markets are open. There's nothing more to it than that. This little image will tell you if the markets are closed, on holiday, or open. Sometimes I can't be bothered to do the maths or find out why a market's closed, so I'll just click onto this website and they'll tell you the time of the time zone in that area, and what markets are closed, what markets are open, and what markets are on holiday. Simple as that. Nothing more to it than that. Check out this website. And last but definitely not least, Twitter. Now you must be thinking, why Twitter? Well, Twitter, in my opinion, is where the best traders are found. I've found most of the best traders that I follow and the ones that have the most insight aren't on Bloomberg, aren't on CNBC, aren't on even the Financial Times or the analysts or the reports of any of these online publications. They're on Twitter. And I found that a lot of these retail traders that are on Twitter, that are day traders or even swing traders that are that work independently, that don't work for prop firms, have the most knowledge and know the most and actually know what they're doing. And I'd say if you're serious about trading, set up a Twitter account and start just following the right people. Follow me, of course. I know I'm talking sometimes, but yeah, there's an abundance of knowledge on Twitter, and these people are easy to interact with. You just drop them a tweet. Most of these guys aren't like your celebs in other demographics, other facets of society, where they're like celebrities and other facets of society. They're very ready to give off the information and free up the information. I tweet a lot of these bigger accounts all the time, asking them about things that they've said or charts that they've posted and why they've come to a conclusion, and I normally get a response back from most of them. And so it's a great community, and I love getting involved. And with a discipline so solid tool as I can't talk today, with a discipline that's a lot of times lonely, such as trading, it's great to interact with an online community of like-minded people that are trying to reach that goal of financial independence. So those are the 10 websites. I'm going to put it on screen again, the 10 websites. Yeah, aka the Not Trader, signing out.